Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy and I want to help you manifest the love of your life. Love is such an amazing thing when you can be with somebody who sees you for who you are, the person that no one else sees, the very vulnerable, very raw and honest and ugly version of you. Not the one that has the faces, but the one that's just like, bam, this is who I am. If somebody can see all of that and still love you, that's an amazing feeling to have. So this is for anyone who says, I want to manifest the love of my life, or anyone who's open-minded of being able to manifest whatever it is, the desires of their heart. This process is the same for everything. So before we get into it, let me, of course, say this is my experience, this is my perspective, this is the lens that I'm looking out of. Soulmates can be difficult to be with, so keep that in mind. Don't try to make something it's not. And be open. Be yourself. That's super important. Be self-aware about your actions and the lessons that you will learn. Please keep those in mind. So let's get to it. If you've watched the video before of me talking about how to manifest certain things, you know what these pictures mean. We're going to talk about specifically manifesting the love of your life based on this process. So I believe you can speak things into existence. Jay-Z, I talk about how he is what he spoke. He's the walking version of everything that he said. That demonstrate the possibility of manifesting the life of your dreams, the love of your dreams, the job of your dreams, whatever it is of your dreams. But let's get to it. Why? What's your intention? When you go down to the core of things, what's your intention in manifesting the love of your life? And are you willing to wait the time? You know, this isn't something that's just going to happen overnight. It's not something that's going to happen in a month, maybe not even a year. For me, it took me about 2 to 3 years to get where I am as far as, or excuse me, it took me about 2 to 3 years to get the person that was the person of my dreams. But I didn't lose hope the entire time, the entire process of me manifesting them. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't even realize that I was manifesting them, which shows me it is possible to manifest. You just have to be in the right space to do it. So let's look at Saturn. Of course, we recognize that Saturn is made up of the body and its rings. The rings represent you setting a boundary for yourself, a consistent pattern of, when I get up at this time, I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to go into visualizing and manifesting the love of my life. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb so that way I don't get any phone calls. And when I go into visualizing and meditating and manifesting, I won't be disturbed. You have to create that boundary and have that consistency in order for you to be able to get what you want. And of course, I always talk about grounding exercises. Grounding exercises simply allow you to have a focal point in the present to tune out the internal noise that you have of the past and the future. When you focus on what's happening in the very present, when you're living in the moment, you then have clarity. So as you visualize in specifics and you invoke the general feeling of whatever it is that you want, you do it from a place of clarity, and you're not doing it from a place of, I want this, I need this. No, you're super specific with the right intention. So when you think of specifics, you got to be careful. Be careful what you ask for. Let me say that again. Be careful what you ask for, because you may think you want something, but not recognize everything that comes with it. I'm going to just leave that the way that it is. And as you visualize in specifics, what's that general feeling? Let's go back to the intention. If your intention of manifesting the love of your life is to feel loved and to be with somebody that appreciates you for who you are, that can love you in the love language that you best receive, who sees you for who you are in and out and still loves you. That is the feeling that you have to carry around with you all of the time. You can't just invoke the feeling one time and then just think it's going to work. No, you have to wear it like a jacket. You have to constantly be in that feeling of, yes, they love me. Yes, I feel loved. Yes, I feel appreciated. Yes, somebody sees me flaws and all, and they still love me. You have to maintain that. So visualize in specifics, feel in general terms. Speak what you see until you see what you've said. Let me say that again. Speak what you see until you see what you've said. You have to maintain that consistent pattern of visualizing, invoking that feeling, and speaking, right? The difficult part, let it go. You already know that it's going to happen. You're not concerned about the time because you don't want to get somebody who is the love of your life at the wrong time, because that's a totally different conversation. And you know that your intentions are pure because that's what's going to go out into the world and come back to you, not necessarily in the form that it left, but with the same gravity, speed, and condition that it left. Let it go. Don't obsess over it, because what you don't want to do is create the vibration of I don't have it, or I'm lonely, or I need somebody, because then what will attract to you is everything that you don't need. Let's not even go there. And then consider this: lessons learned. People and circumstances are disguised as lessons, and often the people that are disguised as lessons don't recognize that they are a lesson to you. And in fact, when you are manifesting, sometimes it is the things that are totally opposite from what you want that will bring you exactly what it is that you're trying to manifest. So if you have a friend that is always trying to get you to go somewhere, then be open. Maybe if you're saying, I want this person to be super fit, and your friend always likes to go to the gym, well, you probably aren't going to find the person who's super fit, that's the love of your life, anywhere else but the gym, right? So often people and circumstances are the conduit, if that's the right word, to what it is that you want. But recognize the lessons that are within the people and the circumstance. If you look at your current situation and you say that you want the love of your life, but what you recognize is that you're not patient, you got to learn that lesson. You got to identify it. You got to apply it. You got to live it. You got to breathe it, right? Because when that person does come to you, when that time is right, you don't want to not have the thing that the lessons that were set up to teach you. You don't want to be learning that lesson at the wrong time, right? Because if we use that same example of patience, when you get the love of your life, maybe they're like, okay, well, I'm already established. I already have everything that you need. If you're not going to be patient with me having to work all the time or do this all the time, then, maybe it's not a right fit for us and we need to see other people, So you always want to take the time to identify and learn those lessons. Reflect back on your previous relationships. What's the consistent pattern, and what is it that you should have learned that would condition you and mold you and shape you to be the right person that you need to be in order to receive the love of your life, right? You got to do a lot of reflection. You do that when you're meditating and visualizing and manifesting. Think before you act, right? You don't want to be in the middle of a lesson and act irrationally and send out the wrong vibration. And then your whole plan is disrupted. That's not what you want. So always think before you act. And of course, as I always say, you can't go around a lesson. You can't go over, you can't go under. You got to go through a lesson. So maybe your, let's say a friend is constantly leaning on you, right? And maybe the lesson disguised as your friend is you need to be able to be vulnerable and have honest conversations, right? You cannot get around that. You can't go over it. You can't go underneath it. You got to fit through that. So that way, when you get in that relationship with the person of your life, you can have those vulnerable and honest conversations to say, hey, I love you so much, and this relationship means so much to me. Sometimes I need space in order to recoup and recharge so that way I can be everything that I need to be for you. You have to recognize again that circumstances and people are often disguised as lessons. And then of course, you can do it. You can manifest the love of your life. You just have to be hyper aware of what's going on at every moment of your life. And you have to maintain that feeling. But you have to do your work. You cannot say that you want this perfect person and you haven't done your job. That would suck. For you to be a person that's not ready for the person that was designed for you, that would suck, right? So whatever it is you're asking for the person, you can't ask if you're not doing, right? You can't say that you want this person who is established, they have their own house, they have their own car, they have their priorities right, if you don't mirror those same things. That's discord in the feeling that you've been creating this entire time, you know? So with that being said, I wish you the best of luck. Love is an amazing feeling. In my own experience, when you again can be vulnerable and honest and just raw with whoever it is, and you know that they've been designed for you, it's such an amazing experience. If I could say anything to you about this process, learn about yourself before you get into a relationship as much as you can, because often sometimes your relationship is meant to teach you things that you didn't know about yourself. Learn your love languages, right? Learn the things that you like and don't like. Spend time with yourself. Don't think before you act. Don't go from relationship to relationship to relationship unless that's just what you want to do. But keep in mind, that's the vibration that you're always going to be putting out, you know? And the more that you do that, the more lessons you have to get through in order to be right for the person that you're trying to manifest, the love of your dreams. I'm going to go ahead and say that one day you are going to look back on this video and comment and say, it took me a while, but after taking care of myself and learning to love myself and doing my part and invoking the feeling of feeling appreciated and loved and cared for with the right intention, I found the love of my life, or better yet, they found me. I wish you all the best of luck. Have a great day.